One of the most common questions I get asked about when it comes to OSU equipment is, do you have any tablet suggestions for OSU? Or is X tablet better than X tablet? Or do you think X tablet is good for OSU? And the most common tablet that gets brought up for all three of those questions is none other than XP-Pen. And so, are they worth it for OSU? If you don't want to bother watching the entire video, then in short, yes, they are still a great value tablet for OSU. So long as you know the difference between XP-Pen's Revision A tablets versus the Revision Bs, the differences in polling rates, and then the hardware smoothing. If you have no idea what I just said, then stick around and watch the video before you decide on buying yourself an XP-Pen tablet, or else you might just end up purchasing the wrong one. And at the end of the video, I'll also be giving away one XP-Pen tablet, so if you want to know how to enter, then stick around till the end. Now, if you've never heard of XP-Pen before and their product reputation within OSU, then here's a quick catch up. I don't entirely know when the tablet was first released, but I do know that about 2 years ago, the name XP-Pen really started to come up a lot within the OSU community. One of the main reasons for this was back in 2018, XP-Pen had actually started reaching out to a variety of OSU players, the pros, the content creators, the streamers, etc., and gave out their new G640 tablets for review. And I happened to also be one of them. Now, once we got the tablets and put them through our playtests, a lot of players, including myself, were pleasantly surprised at its performance when comparing it to other well-known tablet companies such as Huion, Galman, and most notably, and importantly, Wacom and their 480 series tablets. And one of the best things about these tablets is that the XP-Pen G640 had a very high polling rate of around 266 Hz, in comparison to the Wacom 480 tablets coming in at around 133. And for those of you who don't really know what polling rate is, in short, it is essentially how much information the tablet is able to process back to your computer. So the higher the number, the better and more accurate the action will be. The G640 also had very little to basically no hardware smoothing, which means there is no smoothing of the actual cursor, making your actual in real life actions feel a lot more accurate when transferred from the pen to tablet. And so when you combine all of these things, the G640 was a great performing tablet. The cursor movement felt very precise and sharp, and to some felt even better than the Wacom 480s. These versions of the G640 tablets are Revisions A, or Rev A, and at the time, they were considered one of the best value tablets for OSU. That is until around somewhere in April of 2020, where apparently XP-Pen released their Revisions B or Rev B of the G640 tablets without really letting us know. There are two main differences between Rev A and Rev B. Like I already mentioned before, Rev A has a polling rate of about 266 Hz. Whereas Rev B had a polling rate of around 200 Hz. Now, this isn't that big of a deal, but XP-Pen never listed or updated these changes anywhere that were listing the G640 tablets, not even on their own site. And the most important difference of the two revs is that Rev B had a ridiculous amount of hardware smoothing, making the tablet feel as if it's almost unusable for the game. Now, the only G640 tablet I've ever owned was the one that XP-Pen gave me from 2 years ago, which is the Rev A versions of the G640. So I asked if they could send me the Rev B version as well, so I can actually fully feel the difference between the two tablets. And let me tell you what, it was rough. Here's a clip of my impressions of trying the G640 Rev B for the first time. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, honestly, like the best way I could describe how bad that hardware smoothing was is if you were dragging your pen through like a syrup or something. Like, I can completely understand why people were upset when they received this instead of Rev A. It's really bad. And just like with the polling rate, this change was never stated in any product page that had the G640 listed. So when these batches of Rev B tablets came out in April of 2020, and people went to go buy a G640 specifically for OSU, they had no idea that what they were buying was the Rev B versions of the tablets. And obviously a lot of people were confused and upset. Now, if you are one of those people who had bought a G640 around April and have no clue if you have Rev A or Rev B, if you're currently using the Haku drivers, head over to the console tab and type in HID list and look for XP-Pen. Next to product ID, if it displays 0x0094, then that means you've got Rev A. But if it displays 0x0914, then unfortunately you have Rev B. However, despite all of this, XP-Pen themselves are actually aware of all the complaints and have made two solutions for it. The first one being their brand new XP-Pen G640 line edition. This tablet has the original Rev A hardware. It comes with all the same accessories and whatnot that the original G640 had. So you've basically got the same exact pen, 30 spare pen nibs, the pen nib puller that no one ever uses, and a few extra bonuses, of which surprisingly is a tablet cover. I own quite a few drawing tablets, but none of them have ever included a tablet cover before. It definitely isn't the best tablet cover in the world, but it does provide some more grip than if you were just to drag on the tablet surface. And the best way I can describe the tablet cover that's provided is kind of like the backside of those card sleeves protectors, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it gives some extra grip or friction if you need it, so it's pretty alright. And if you're a person that hovers, why'd you even listen to the whole thing, man? Now, the second solution is to actually order the G640 directly from their site. And when you're in the process of checking out the tablet, is to make sure that under the order remarks is to include 800 IC in the box. This will guarantee you a Rev A version of the G640 according to XP-Pen. I'll be sure to leave this in the description for you to copy and paste if you are planning on purchasing a G640. And for those of you who are watching this video and don't play OSU, why are you here? But if you are one of those people and are wondering if the Rev B tablets are fine for everything else like drawing, they are completely fine for that. There's no real general issue that come with the tablet unless it's related to OSU. So finally, do I think that XP-Pen's G640 is still worth it for OSU? Yes, so long as you get the correct version. XP-Pen G640 is still a really great value tablet for anyone that's looking to try one out for OSU and drawing. And before I end off this video, like I mentioned at the beginning, XP-Pen was kind enough to give away one G640 line edition tablet to you guys. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway, just follow the Gleam link down in the description below. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful in some way. And as always, I'll see you next time. I just got from bed though. Listen, Koa, you unwarmed is me playing for 6 hours straight. Oh right, Zooty Mom. You spent $64 for that name change. You are so stupid, man. Why is his name that? Can someone explain to me why his name is Zooty Mom? Zooty my mommy?